I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order for the lodger's tax here for this fall. We just need to do a roll call real quick. Here.
Mr. Hunting.
Here.
And Anna Hansen.
Here.
Thank you. And we are missing Latasha.
And Tasha's on her way. She had an accident, not her, but there was an accident leaving Clovis, so she's a little bit delayed.
Oh, okay, all right. Thank you for telling us, Anna. Okay. But we do have a quorum, so.
Okay. Next up, we just need to look over the minutes of the previous meeting from April 24th. Is there any changes or any questions from that?
Not from me.
Okay. Not, I think we can move to approve the minutes then.
Sure.
I'll second. Okay. All right, we'll move to the presentation. So first up is ENMU and Sean Banther.
Thank you and good morning. I just wanted to quickly go over some of the items for the $11,000 funding request. We have three primary asks for Eastern. The first will be the bulletin boards that are on. Sorry. All right, starting over. So total funding request for this ask is 11,000. We have three pieces to this. The first will be the Bolin billboards, and in order to replace the faces, we are asking for 6,000 for that particular item. That's to replace the existing faces on those billboards. We have about 12,500 cars that pass by the existing billboards that this will continue to allow us to drive traffic to Portales and support our community, as well as advertising for both Portales and Eastern on those billboards. The second portion is 3,000 for the One Portales event social media, which goes out through Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. This will continue to share information about the One Portales event, which is deeply integrated with the community, and allow us to continue to drive attention to both Portales and Eastern New Mexico University. The newer item that we have on here is going to be the Opera Southwest sponsorship opportunity, which is an ask of 2,000. And that includes advertising for Portales as well as Eastern New Mexico University. That could be included on event signage, on stage acknowledgements before performances, logos in production programs, and a logo included in emails to more than 6,000 individuals. And this will also include website logo with a link back to our areas, and then social media mentions on the Opera Southwest Facebook and Instagram pages. And just to quickly highlight that, there is a series of productions that are included in that. There's a spring production for Ada, Brahms, a German Requiem, and then the spring production of Mosè in Agudo. And that sponsorship would allow us to be able to push that information out and tap into a market that we do not regularly advertise to. So I just yield for any questions you may have.
Questions, anyone?
On the Opera Southwest, what being for ENMU, what's the push? I mean, are there a lot of high school kids that go to the Opera Southwest to try to get people here? What's the idea behind that?
I'm sorry, one more time.
I'm just trying to figure out the idea behind the opera advertising. What would be the push for people to see ENMU and the opera program?
Yeah. So it would reinforce and support the fine arts that we have at Eastern, as well as drive additional attention for theater specifically. We have productions that go on at Eastern. It's driving more of a support for the fine arts area and the theater productions as well. So
the idea is to get the people
attendance
into arts to come to Portales.
Precisely.
Yeah,
Yes.
outside of 60 miles, attendance, people to come and see the opera. Is that?
Absolutely, yeah, so it's driving additional people, this area gaining attention, for both Brutalis as well as Eastern. And reinforces that connection between our theater students that we have here in town of Brutalis and Eastern Mexico University as well as the city, so.
Yeah, it's a long drive, they stay the night in accordance with, et cetera, that type of thing. If possible. Okay.
Absolutely,
That makes sense.
yes.
Okay. Any other questions? Anna, you good? Looks like she's good. Okay, thanks, Sean.
Thank you so much for your.
Okay, so, and just so everybody knows, after you present, you can take off, so, all right. Tasha's here. Okay, that's all right. Next one up is High Plains Junior Rodeo Association. Linda McConnell. All right.
Y'all have to excuse my United Way shirt. I did presentations this morning in Hereford before I came. My name's Linda McConnell. I'm the secretary for High Plains Junior Rodeo. We have about anywhere from 150 to 200 members, and so their families come to the rodeos with us. That's where the request for the tax and lodging. We sell a lot of motel rooms whatever community we go to. And eating out. Most of the families eat out in the afternoon. So we try to spend as much money in the communities as we can, so that it's kind of passed around. Plus fuel, because nearly everybody pulls a trailer, and we try to advertise as much as we possibly can. I brought a couple of pictures if I could approach and show them to you guys.
Sure.
This is one of our advertising points. We put the city logos on the saddles. Those saddles go everywhere, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Colorado. They're on the very back side, so everybody sees it. We also, each member gets a jacket, and we also put the city logo on that. We use that part for advertising also. So, we run, we have about 54 events that we run at each day at the rodeo. Our ages are, I think 3 was the youngest we had last year, all the way up to 19. So we have a big organization. We have a lot of grandparents, and aunts and uncles that come to the rodeo, and that's who buys the motel rooms. And we have to purchase at least 8 at every rodeo for everybody that's working for the association helping with the rodeo. So we're coming to Portales, March 28th and 29th of 2026. We'd like to book 2 weekends next year, but it's the only thing we had left for this year. I've ran barrels in that facility several times, and we enjoy coming over here. So we're excited to get to come in and have a rodeo over here. They rent a lot of RV spots and stalls. So I know Clovis, we rent over 100 stalls over there. So, and probably about 40 or 50 RV spots. But then, like I said, the existing families, the outer edge of the family, they're the ones that rent our motel rooms. So, and we also hang banners like for advertising. We put it on our Facebook, TikTok, on social media. So as far as our advertising, that's kind of where we go with the advertising.
Okay.
But our kids are from New Mexico, Colorado, Oklahoma, Texas, and that stuff is spread all over, especially with our jackets. The jackets are worn all year long.
So I have a couple questions real quick.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did you have anything else? I don't mean to.
No,
Okay.
yeah, sorry.
Rodeo News, where does that go? Like, where's that, the
It's-
magazine?
It's out of Colorado.
Okay.
And it goes to Kansas, Oklahoma. I mean, really, they're Little Britches. There's several different associations that
Gotcha.
use that publication.
Okay,
And we try to use it as much as we possibly can, but it's a little more cost prohibitive than,
gotcha.
but we try to advertise our schedule, and then each membership gets a copy.
Okay, and then the banners, you're asking for 5,000. How many banners are you looking and what is it used for?
That's what we spend like overall for our overall cost for the banners.
Like to put sponsor logos on it?
Yes, sir.
in the arena?
Yes, sir. And,
Okay.
and they're hung up at every single rodeo.
Okay. And that every single rodeo, meaning like you guys would take them outside of Portales too, so.
Yes, sir.
So to Colorado or wherever, but it would be like like a Western wear company. You're asking for us to pay for banners for like a Western wear company that then you would use like somewhere else.
No, sir, that's what we sold overall last year. That's every banner that we sold, every sponsor that we got, we had a banner made for them.
Right.
We had the city of Clovis, the city of Lovington, and we hung those up in, like, we go to Lovington, we go to Clovis, we go to Andrews, we're in Hereford.
So my question is, are you asking for us to pay for banners for all your sponsors?
Only y'all. I'm sorry, I just totaled the
So
whole,
if it's City of Portales, you're asking for $5,000?
that's what we paid overall for banners for advertising last year. Y'all's would just be like 700. I'm sorry, I should have put that on there instead
Okay,
of the
so
whole.
instead of 5,000, it would be a $700 ad?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I'm sorry. I just, when I was going through there, I was just putting what we spent on everything, and I should have just said
Well, and it
for
looks like
Dallas.
you're requesting 10,000
Yes, sir.
of lodger's tax. The 25 is just your total.
Total cost on what it cost us to put on each rodeo. And that's just, that's pretty close estimate of what it cost us by the time we do stock and all that.
Right.
Okay.
Your event is on the 28th. Do you see people coming in? So that's a Saturday. Do you see people coming in on that Friday, the 27th?
Nearly every one of our families come in on Friday because we start early in the morning on Saturday.
Okay,
And so they all come in and get set up, get their stalls and all
right.
that.
And on Sunday, what time are you expecting to end?
We usually end up leaving about 4 or 5.
4 or 5?
We start at 9 o'clock on Saturday and 8 o'clock on Sunday. And that way, since our families are driving quite a distance, and it's always during school. So that way we can kind of get them home.
Gotcha. Okay. That was all.
Any other questions, guys? Anna, you got any questions? No, I guess. Okay, I think that's it.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you
y'all
very
very
much.
much.
Thank you. Do we want to, Wait, you want to go next then for the chamber? Okay.
Good morning and thank you. First of all, I want to acknowledge that this is the second time that I've presented, and the first time, and I just came in and presented and asked for the amounts that have been asked for in the past without any really realization of how much help the funding that you guys do is. So for Heritage Days, for Freedom Fest, for multiple events that go on through the chamber, the last few events have been very successful, and we've had more attendance and more vendors and more participation than we've ever had in the past. And I just want to acknowledge that that is a large in part due to the funding that we receive from you guys. So thank you for that. And then I want to talk about Peanut Festival, which we've expanded. So Peanut Festival, as you guys know, has always been in the past in October, and it's what we felt had gotten a little bit stagnant. And so instead of just kind of expanded a little, we expanded it off the charts. I mean, it's going to be crazy this year. It's going to be so much fun. So we have the regular Peanut Festival happening at the fairgrounds. And then in addition to that, we have the wine, beer, music festival going on that Saturday. So it'll be all day wine and beer festival, food trucks, music all day. It's going to just be a blowout event for Portales. And so we are needing some additional funding since we increased the scope of it so much. And that funding would be $11,750. It would cover security for the One Portales Festival, porta potties and hand wash stations, which after doing a few events, I've come to realize just how important it is to have those situated where they're accessible to everyone. Also cover the digital billboards in Roswell and Clovis, which I'm not going to lie, I wish we could have all the time. I wish we could have those pointing to Portales every month. So, and then radio advertising with Pecos Valley Broadcasting in Roswell and Artesia for One Portales Festival. Staffing for additional workers. And then the light tower rentals. And that pretty much sums up my request. But we're filling up with vendors and, just as a point of reference, just yesterday, we had calls from Bernalillo wanting to buy tickets. Well, when people are coming here from all across the state, they're obviously going to need to stay somewhere because we're wrapping it up kind of late at night that night on that Saturday night. And then we have all the vendors that are coming in that don't live here as well. So, any questions?
Who's the headlining act?
Gee, I would think you would know that. It's Mark Chestnut. So it's going to be huge. It's really a big country name, and we have a lot of excitement and interest going into it. And it is also going to be a full day of music. And people are encouraged to, bring the families, bring chairs, bring their lawn chairs, bring blankets, bring tents, do whatever. So it's going to be a huge outdoor festival in October. So we're super excited about it.
Do you know the total cost of your event?
Phew.
Total?
Is it okay if I give that
The
cost?
cost.
I know what it is. It's 85,000. Any other questions at all?
All right. Well, thank you guys very much.
Thanks. Okay. Okay. All right, Jody, you're next.
Okay, good morning. First I'm going to present is Gus Macker first on your agenda.
Yes.
Okay, I'll start with that. So when I came before you last, we had not had the Gus Macker event. We did host that back in June. We wound up with 159 teams, which was over 600 participants, estimated probably over 2,000 people for the weekend. So we had about 11 vendors. Turned out to be a great event. From what we're told from the Gus Macker staff, year 2, you can expect for that to almost double. So they said expect for us to have about 200 teams next year. But with that is additional costs as well. So I did come before you, and we were awarded from the meeting back, I believe it was January was our last meeting. We were awarded. What we did find after hosting the event, it was well over $50,000 to host the event. There are a lot of costs incurred from security to additional porta potties, additional shirts, additional trophies. Anytime we're going to be adding more teams, it's great because we're getting more people to the community, but there's also incurred costs. So we did receive $15,000 last year. So I just did a request for an additional 5 after we had the event, because we know we're going to have more incurred costs come this next event.
When's the event for this next year?
We're looking at June 27th. I am going back and forth between ENMU and the Gus Macker staff to get that date finalized.
All right.
But it will be either June 13th or June 27th.
So
Those are
fiscal. Okay.
Yes, those will be the 2 dates.
Okay. Any other questions?
And just for reference, we did have teams from Michigan, Wisconsin, Texas, and then as well as New Mexico teams, Colorado. Yes, so we had quite a few. Well, obviously a lot of participants. I know Matt was there, he was helping. So it turned out really great.
Okay. Any other questions? Anna, do you have anything else? Okay. Next one is the Freedom Fest.
Yes, so we're going to go in conjunction with the chamber. They hosted the Freedom Fest this past year, and we had set up some yard games, and we had volleyball at the event. Found that the volleyball was very popular, so amongst kind of some board and committee members talked about maybe hosting a sand volleyball, grass volleyball. I put sand in the application, but if depending on the facility that we use, it could be sand or grass volleyball. I know Clovis has hosted a couple tournaments. It had pretty good attendance, so we thought that would be a great addition to the Freedom Fest. So this will just be in conjunction with the Chamber Freedom Fest event.
And this is July 4th though, right?
Yes. Well, that week, and it may not be, because we did,
Around July 4th.
yes,
26th.
yes,
Okay.
around July 4th. And if this needs to go on the next meeting, it can.
Yeah, that's, the promotion stuff, I think is okay, but it's we gotta talk about the other stuff, I think would be my question, so. Yeah, choose the date, so. Any other questions you guys have? That everything?
Okay,
Jody, you good?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, thanks, that's everything. Next up is Sheila with the Roosevelt County Fair.
I want to tell you guys, thank you for letting me come and be a part of this. I got spoiled with Miss Joanne always emailing and calling and everything in the past, so. But as you guys know, we just finished up the fair and we had one of the biggest fairs we've ever had. We had a really big concert and every night the fair, our gates were up this year. We're working really hard to do great things for Tallis and the community and the community working together. I can't say enough thank you to the city and the county both for getting the plumbing unstopped at 5 o'clock on Saturday evening, right before the concert started. It was a big effort of everybody who helped on that part. So, and going forward with that was something that, doing a bigger event, you have bigger expense. Thank goodness we had purchased more porta potties this year for that because we had to put, out of order until things were back working. So, yeah, so we survived it and had a wonderful fair. And I did a lot of advertising out of our area, trying to get it out there, the names we had coming in. I advertised with W105 radio, which is out of Hobbs, and that reaches Hobbs, Lovington, Artesia, Roswell, Ruidoso, Maljamar, all down in kind of even some over in Texas on that one. And they did kind of meet us on nonprofit. They kind of met us and gave us a little more boost on our ads there. And then I advertised in Lubbock also quite a bit. And so we did, I think we pulled in a lot of people from other areas. I know we put a thing on our Facebook page saying where you'd been, and then that night, also of our big concert, we had some of the ones who were driving people in the carts for us, and we were asking, Veronica Cordova was asking, where are you from? And all of them, we had people all the way from California, Farmington, Pampa, Lubbock. I know that we filled up the hotels, I think, pretty good on that Saturday night, along with what the fair board uses ourselves for all the ones who are that, here for the entertainers and the sound and everything. So I know I'm asking a little more than we have in the past because we had more expenses, but anything you guys can do to help us out will be great.
I did have a question.
Yeah.
Did you guys spend $4,000 in 2 weeks with Zia Radio Group?
We did.
That's what you guys spent.
Yes, I had that ad pushed a lot.
Okay,
Yeah, and that was on all of their channels too. It was just, there's 3 different channels that they did.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
You guys have any questions?
This is a request for this fair or for next fair?
This past fair, because
Past one for
yeah, I was not aware of the earlier meeting that I've always been at for like 15 years I've been part of, and I just was, yeah, it was
So,
something I was not notified about.
Okay.
So I really appreciate you letting us be a part of this if there's any way at all that we can.
all right.
Any other questions?
Anna, you got any questions? I can't hear. Are we getting any audio
I'll
from her?
message her, I told her, message me if you have any question.
Okay. All right, I think we're good.
Okay,
All right,
thank
thank
you
you.
guys.
All right, Sarah, I think you're next.
Thank you for having me. It's my first time here, and we are a newer venue in Portales, so we're excited to be a part of you guys. So I just took some notes. This is the first time I've ever asked for lodger's tax money, so I didn't really know exactly how it works. So I give you guys a breakdown of what we do, the live broadcasts and stuff we do from the radio station. Our social media is all over. We pay extra money for all of our social media. Our sound this year is gonna cost us $2,000 because our headliner for the Americana Plains Oktoberfest is Will Bannister. So he's giving us a good deal. He's letting us pay for the whole band, and he normally charges that price for just himself. But we do have to pay for hotels for all of his band to come from Lubbock to stay here for that weekend. So I already have the hotel rooms reserved. Our advertising so far has hit all 50 states. Being a veteran-owned business, we do have all that military following and stuff that we have. We do also have personal family coming from Washington State, Connecticut, South Carolina, coming for the concert. We're working close with Cannon Air Force Base, and they're doing selling tickets through the ITT department. We're giving the military a discount on their tickets, but we also have to pay $1 per ticket that the base sells us, just kind of our participation that we're working together with. So that'll help bring in a lot. Our ads are averaging hitting between 25 and 30,000 people every time we do an ad for any event that we do. And then attendance, I mean, we've only been open for a year, but our attendance averages between 500 and 1,300 people per event. So billboards, I didn't know anything about billboards. I listened and wrote notes from everything that everybody was talking about. And then we're working with security forces on base. They're volunteering to do all of our security for us. So that we have taken care of. We're gonna get them t-shirts, take care of them, feeding them and everything. So what I had put on here is asking for 8,600. I don't necessarily think I need that much, but it's gonna cost us over $12,000 to do the whole event as a whole. I've raised about $4,000 in small business sponsorships so far. So I'm very excited about that. We want to make sure we're really blasting our small businesses, supporting everybody in our community, but making this event really successful. And we want to go ahead and start looking at a headliner for next year and kind of do this every year, along with a lot of other events that we're getting ready to bring to the area. We've been really looking at what is not offered here and talking to our families, especially our base families, or what do you want to see? What are the things that you guys are excited about? And those are the kind of things we have in the works right now. But for this event in particular, I just wanted to come to see what this all entails and how we can work together with the city to make sure that we're supporting each other. Being a small business, right now everything is out of our own pockets, so we are not necessarily in the green yet. And so this would help us a little bit to not have everything come out of our own pockets.
Any questions?
What time does your event start?
It'll be from 12 to 9 p.m. for this one.
That was all.
Matt or Anna, any questions?
We have 7 local bands that'll play during the day before Will Bannister takes the stage.
I don't have any other questions. I think we're good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Danielle, now I vote to go into closed session, right? So I will make a motion to go into closed session. Thank you all for attending, and we'll notify you guys here soon, so. So my motions, yeah, okay. Matt seconded it, so, yeah. Thank you, everybody. All right. Okay, so we have. Wait a second. You told me, yeah. Yeah, I think they had, so we have. So just so I know, we have 99,744 to award, right? And can we take promotional and move it to non-promotional? All right. Okay, this concludes the September 2025 Lodgers Tax Board meeting. Are we voting? We need to vote on. I move to approve all the funding requests that we have approved in the closed session.
Second.
All right, and then I'll vote now to go ahead and adjourn the Lodgers meeting.
Wait.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Do you want to meet April 1st or April 8th?
April 8th. Probably,
It's a Wednesday, April 1st or April.
whatever's good for you guys.
As long as I don't have anything currently on.
I'm not going to, that's so far out, so.
On first or eighth.
I don't have any major events, I know that.
Either or, I'm okay with.
Yeah, I would say the eighth, just to give people time. I wouldn't want to do the first because people aren't expecting the lodger's tax, so the eighth would probably be better.
Okay, I will schedule it for the 8th, and
Okay,
I'll send out Zoom if anybody wants to attend remotely.
okay. So are we getting anything else before I call for adjournment?
Do you prefer morning meeting?
More,
Yeah, this.
yeah, this works well.
This works for me.
Yes, yeah,
Thank you.
all right.
I love the digital. It's not
Yeah,
costing so much.
yeah,
difference.
having to go through the packets,
so
that was
good.
great, that's
Sounds
easy.
good.
Yeah.
All right, so we appreciate everything and I'll go ahead and move for adjournment.
Thank you.